On our way to the Meadows, Ava, Lily, and I are going. Now, Ava has dance tomorrow, so a little wrinkle to our schedule was today we have to race. I get up and train. I'll talk about all the trainers in a second. Going to drive all the way to the Meadows. Going to race ready for landing. Going to drive back to Northfield Park and race 5 tonight. 2 of them are in together. 5 tonight. I'm really excited. It looks like a really, really good lineup for us tonight at Northfield Park.
It's a big house.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. A really interesting lineup for us tonight. It seems like all of our horses are in where they should do some sort of damage, which is always exciting. So, a great night last night. Really proud of Brace for Landing. I thought the horse raced good. One of his better miles because it's been a long time coming, but this horse finally feels like a racehorse. Like before, it was always he was a little rolly in spots. You had to watch him. You couldn't double him up too much. You couldn't empty him out. Last night, he felt way more professional than I've seen him in a while, and I think the extra weight that's put on him and the work put into him, the horse just looked good. Looked very, very good this week. So great job by Emily and Dominic to have the horse ready to go last night. I was really happy, and Amy, Amy's had a soft spot for Brace since we got him. So
Tactical Tactor.
that was his name. You're right. That's right. I forgot about that. That was his name. I forgot all about that. So Brace for Landing, or Tactical Tactor, Amy has a soft spot for him, so I was so happy just to see her win last night. We're just going everywhere right now, and it's going to be like this for about a month for the most part. Well, no, for the rest of the year, but super busy right now is Ollie's playing baseball and Ava has dance. You're lucky. The schedule worked out good by accident. I was able to go drive Green Glitter tomorrow in the second, come back, pick you up, and you and I will go to Scioto for the evening. So it should be a good week for us. Now today we had 4 horses trained. Now I didn't know how many I trained. I was going to train Chicago's. I wanted him tight for Saturday. Wanted to get a look at him. I was going to train Resolve Indeed. Wanted to get a look at her, and then I said, you know what? If I get up early enough and I get everybody, just the riders, to go jog the horses, and I'll just jump on and go with them, I can get 4 horses in before I have to leave. As it turns out, now I'm going to make up time along the way, unless the QEW is a parking lot, which it's renowned for being.
Ever since Mom Jinxed it.
No, it's always a horrible road to drive on. It's just slow all the time. Now we're at 9:19. I don't know what the traffic is going to be like. I have no idea. But I can tell you what, our race is scheduled to go off at 2:32, 2:36. What times I'd say we're going to get there? 2:24. So I got to make up about 25 minutes. Usually, because we have Nexus cards, usually if the traffic's not too bad, we can usually blow right through. So I'm confident we'll be there in plenty of time for Brace for Landing. For Brace for Landing today, your Nexus card's in there. Don't lose it, please. So, I had them jog the horses around. I went with the first one, Gaslight Hall. I went a mile in 2:19. Now Danny's been swimming him and training him and jogging him. He's still a little porky, right? And he's still got the flip-flops on. He trained good. Went to make a little break in the first turn. I pulled his hobbles up real quick, and he was great after that. But was blowing pretty hard. And I came in and I said to Danny, no more swimming for the horse. I want groundwork put into him from here on out. 3-4 miles a day, training twice a week, and then we'll check back in a couple of weeks to see how he feels. All these horses are somewhere around 3 weeks away, right? Resolve Indeed and Gaslight Hall, about 3 weeks away. How close to 3 weeks they are, maybe 4 weeks, maybe 2.5, that's up to them. But Gaslight Hall trained very good too. Sound very good that way. The one thing I did notice was he'll sit down on you going into the turns. That's just a little trepidation on his part. We have to get in the habit of pushing him through the turn. Do not let him come off the gas going into the turn. You have trotting hobbles on him. The track was good today, and the way he's been training is fine. but he's got in a habit, and trainers get into this habit, right? You'll get to turn, you baby them because you don't want them to run. Well, the hobbles are on the horse. He's been trotting good. I went with him. All the other, once I saw what he was doing, I forced him through the other turns as quickly as I could, and he was fine. But you cannot let him sit down on you going into the turn. So I made it very, very clear to Danny, and I'll talk to him and Dominic about that also. This is a very important thing when you're going with the horses, right? So Gaslight Hot was good, a mile and 2:19, a mile and a half. I went a mile and a half with everybody today. 2:19 off first half in like 2022 or something. So a decent mile in this heat. When it was Chicago Hall next. Now, I saw he was creeping in the turns a little bit. We just had Spoon's crowd. We just had his knees done. Was it that knee bothering him? I don't know. I come off the track, and I went a mile with him in 2:17, last half in 3. He is ready to rock on Saturday. And I said to James, biting that right line. He goes, he always does that in the turns here. Always. I said, oh, cool. He was good then. Having said that, I still would like to make sure everything stays good with this horse. So Chicago Hall was super strong, finishing up his mile.
The bird hit the window this morning.
I don't really know if that's
I don't know. It just
video material.
It's just me. It didn't die. It just hit the window.
I see. I don't know what kind of windows are rocking. So Chicago Hall was very, very good. Next, I went out with Princess Dream. Now, I know Emily was chewing her nails. She's terrified that the filly's going to somehow get worked hard or something. And so and Danny's like, she only been in 48. I said, okay, cool. She was in like 18 or 19 before that, so relax. I went out with a mile and a half and 2:34 with her. I come back in, and then he said, she's looking at her blowing. It's hot out too. She's looking at her blowing, she's looking at me, and I could see by her body language, she was itching to ask me how much I went with her. And she looks at me, she goes, how much? I said, 2:34. I said, she was good. So I told Danny, I said, the next 2 weeks, I want her trained hard in between 2:35 and 2:25 and 2:35 at a mile and a half. Finishing hard on the end of it. That's what I want to see her do from now on. Okay, I said, next 2 weeks. Today is Wednesday. It means Saturday the same. Go around 2:32, 2:30. Next Wednesday, 2:35. Next Saturday, 2:25. So on and so forth. Keep pushing her. I said, she's got a great amount of weight on her. You know, it's never nice to see a horse get injured, but when you can turn a negative into a positive, it's always important. What is this guy doing? Oh, that's what he's doing.
Oh.
Garbage trucks or something all over the road here. Now, what kind of a stupid time to do is this? Let's go at 9 o'clock in the morning on a 4-lane highway and have garbage trucks on all over the place, picking up garbage. Like there's nobody even lives there.
What? Unless someone lives in that little shop.
Well, it doesn't matter. What are you doing with the 4-ways on, doing 40 kilometers an hour on a highway? It's ridiculous. Anyway, Princess Dream, as I said, she was very good, and what?
That house burned down.
Yeah, that'll happen too.
Charred.
That'll happen. Now, when a horse gets injured, you never want to see a horse get injured, obviously, but when they do, if you can swap that around for a positive, that's always good. And Princess Dream always was kind of a lean filly. She was never skinny, but she never carried a lot of weight. She does now. Emily's done a tremendous job getting weight on the filly. You know, here's a filly that got injured. She's working on that injury. Now, the only injury, it's superficial. It's cosmetic. There's a big, nasty lump of scar tissue outside of her leg. It looks kind of gnarly. It looks kind of gross, but she has stuff on it. It's working. It's getting better. But filly's sound as a dollar. And she put all this weight on. She looks great. You know, she is a muscle mass. So her knees probably would have been bothering her this time of year. Now you have a much fatter, comfortable, sound filly, because as she had that time off because of that injury on her hind legs, that allowed her knees to seal up also and really cool down, and she looks amazing on the track. So a great job by the entire barn, the entire staff. The filly looks good. As I said to Emily goes, so how long? And I mean, we'd like to race her in like October. I said, no, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to get a real good look at how her fitness is, but she looked fantastic on the track today. Finished up strong, going through the wire, powered into the turn. I love what I saw from Princess Dream today. And then Resolve Indeed. I hadn't sat behind her in a while. She's almost black. I didn't realize this, but this feel how dark she got. And Danny, we gave her a little time because her knees were bothering her. She's Resolve. And it works so good with all the horses that we did this with. And the filly, now Danny's going out. She's been in 25. She's going to go in 17 today. So I get over the half in 1:12 and won a mile in 2:17. Last half in 5 with her at a mile and a half. And she had lots left going through the wire. Really happy with what I saw from Resolve Indeed. Now, as I said to Danny, we'll probably pull those flip-flops off Gaslight Hall, but we'll leave them on the Resolve filly. Simple reason, for now at least, the other Resolve we had couldn't function with those flip-flops on, and that was
Is it just Resolve or is it Resolve Indeed?
What's that?
Is it Resolve or Resolve Indeed?
Resolve is her dad. Her name is Resolve Indeed. And the little chestnut horse who used to have Resolute Bay, he was Resolve, and he couldn't function without flip-flops on. So that's the scoop with this morning. We had a great morning of training. Really happy. Chicago Hall, ready to rock. Gaslight Hall is not ready to rock, but he's getting there, and he looks sound training today. What I wanted to see today, I wanted to stretch them thin today. Not Chicago, but the other ones. I wanted to stretch them to their point today, and then see how they were after, right? And I'd asked everybody to just tell me how the horses were after, how they eat, how they feel, how they look. I just wanted to know where their boiling points were today. Resolve Indeed is closer than Gaslight Hall, although they had the same time frame, same time off. She is closer than Gaslight Hall, but both horses are close-ish, 2-3 weeks away from probably going in the race bike. They'll likely miss their first stake, but catch all the other ones thereafter. And Princess Dream, as I said, 5 weeks away, but she's so fluid on the track. I'm going to look at her calendar also, and we'll make a timeline for her. From what I saw today, the fitness is certainly coming back quickly, and she looks great on the track. So that's what took place today. We got our boy, met my boy ready for landing this afternoon at the Meadows, and then we got 6 tonight. It should be a good day at the office. I don't know about ready for landings at the 8 hole. First start on Lazex, I don't know, but I know the other 6 over at Northfield.
They're all 5 or 6. I figured you said 5.
I'm driving 5 because 2 of them are in together. Dancing in My Socks and Fire and Shine are in together.
You told me that.
Mm-hmm. So they're all in a good spot tonight. So we should have a good night at the office. So with that, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful start to your Wednesday. Take care.